What's going on, gamers? My name is John with Gamester81.com. I recently picked up Far Cry 3 and completed the campaign. It took me over 20 hours to do so, so you definitely get your money's worth of this game just in the campaign alone. But there is multiplayer and online aspects of Far Cry 3 as well, including up to 2 to 4 player co-op, very similar to Left 4 Dead. There's different missions that are not in part of the campaign. There's 4 new characters that are not included in the campaign. That was a lot of fun. As well as a multiplayer mode as well. You can play up to 2 to 14 players on multiplayer. And what's really cool about multiplayer is you can create your own map and you can edit your own island. You can add enemies, animals, different things, weapons, and you can post your map online so other players can play it as well. Very similar to like a Little Big Planet, so to speak. I also want to let you guys know that Ubisoft, in celebration of Far Cry 3 on their Facebook page, if you like their Facebook page, they have a really cool contest where they're giving away a gaming laptop, a whole bunch of cool gaming items, which is really cool. So I'll put a link below. Be sure to like their Facebook page. But this review is going to be over the campaign over Far Cry 3. Let's take a closer look.
What do we have here? Brent?
In Far Cry 3, you play as Jason Brody. He, his brothers, and his friends travel to a fictional island in the South Pacific and get kidnapped by this character right here. His name is Voss. From the very beginning, I really enjoyed the story of Far Cry 3. The main goal in the game is to capture your friends who are scattered throughout the island. Far Cry 3 is a first-person open-world sandlot game. The best way I can explain the gameplay is if you were to take a heavy influence of both Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto, mix in a little Assassin's Creed, even a little bit Heavy Rain and Uncharted, and you blend those all together, that's where you get Far Cry 3. The island in the game is so big and vast that you could literally spend hours walking around and still not discover everything. Ubisoft did a great job of really paying attention to the little details within the game. I also like the fact that throughout the game, I never really felt lost. There's always a sense of direction. There's always a dot or reference point of what I needed to do next in the game. One aspect of the gameplay that kind of surprised me that I wasn't really expecting but actually really enjoyed was the stealth in the game. There's a lot of points in the game where you can't be seen. One technique is you can throw a rock and distract your enemy and sneak behind them. There are 2 very important elements throughout the game, and those are crafting and setting your skills. Crafting, you can collect various vegetation throughout the island, you can hunt down wildlife and collect their skin. This is important for a couple of reasons. First, you can go to your settings and you can craft from the plants you collect various medicines, including to help your health or to help you hunt. You can also take the skin from the animals you skin and create bigger walls to hold more money or new holsters to hold more weapons. This is a very helpful thing to do throughout the game. Equally important is unlocking skills, and to do this you have to gain experience by killing pirates, passing missions. Abilities of skills can vary anywhere from increasing your health bar to takedown techniques, but they're all very helpful. And one cool thing I like about the skills and the way they keep track of the skills in this game is through new tattoos on your arm. As I mentioned before, the island is huge. Fortunately, there is a map to help you along the way. However, it is locked. So the good technique is to unlock the map, and by doing this, you have to visit 18 different radio towers and unlock these towers, and that will open a section of the map. This is helpful for a number of reasons. First, it gives you free guns at the store. It also shows you roads. It helps you along the way. It shows you various vegetation so you can harvest for crafting as well. Also scattered throughout the island of Far Cry 3 are 34 pirate outposts. You can take over these outposts, which is also helpful because you can buy new weapons there. You can also use that for a post so you can fast travel on the map to these various outposts scattered throughout the island, which is huge. It will save you a lot of time throughout the game. Be advised, however, that these outposts can be tricky at times. There's various strategies, including upgrading your weapons to silencers, staying in stealth so they don't detect you. However, also taking out the alarm is very helpful as well, so they don't alarm more pirates that come and attack you. As you'd expect from a great shooter, weapons are important, and Far Cry 3 certainly doesn't let down. There are rocket launchers, machine guns, handguns, certainly a lot. You can upgrade those as well. One weapon I didn't really like was the crossbow, but I did love the flamethrower and how it changed the environment around you. You have to be careful though, because if you walk through flames, you have to be sure to put them out as well. If there's no outpost close to where you need to get to fast pass, there's various vehicles and modes of transportation to help you get there faster, including water boats and cars scattered throughout the island as well, 4-wheelers. One of my favorites to drive were the jet skis. My 2 ultimate favorites were hang gliding, which is a lot of fun, but also skydiving, which is a blast to play. Be careful while you're traveling from one point to another though, because not only do you have to worry about pirates, but there's wildlife, including gators that will attack you and come right behind you, which will scare you. It scared me, as well as sharks that will randomly come up to you as well. You gotta be careful. And tigers. There's so many different wildlife on here that you have to not only be careful of pirates, but of them attacking you as well. In addition to following the main story, there's also a bunch of mini games and side missions that you can also play, including sitting down and playing a fun hand of Texas Hold'em poker, which I found to be quite a bit of fun. Also, you can get medicine from point A to point B by checking various checkpoints, and doing that under a certain amount of time limit. You get points and experience and money for doing that. But one of my favorite missions, there's a bunch of mini missions where they give you a select weapon, and you're supposed to kill as many pirates as you can given a limited amount of time. If you get the most points, there's a leaderboard set up, and it actually puts your gamer tag on a rock throughout the island, so other people can know that you got first place on that particular mini mission, which is really cool. Overall, I really enjoyed playing Far Cry 3. The campaign alone, there are so many different things to do that will keep you so busy that the campaign alone is worth buying this game. Not to even mention the online multiplayer, which you can play up to 14 people, or the up to 4-player online co-op, which is a lot of fun as well. I believe this game should be in consideration for Game of the Year. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and game on. We'll see you soon. Take care.